Hello, welcome to October 30th, 2024. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily good life meditation. It's something that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles, to keep me on track, to take a measure of the temperature and flavor and momentum of the day, see how I'm doing. I do it every day, so it's like taking a sighting of the stars, or barometric read. You get the idea. I also use this time to go over my good life objectives from the creed that I created in my book, Going Alone. 8 objectives that I strive for, my life's decided purpose. Well, actually, my purpose is the ends of virtue, which means simply living a virtuous life, which simply means living a life that is in pursuit of the improvement of the well-being of creatures, in particular thinking creatures that can suffer. I also prepare for death to make sure that I've got my life in a settled state. So let's get on with it. As for last night and yesterday, as my wife asked me when I woke up, she always asks me how I slept. I slept good, better than lately. Well, I haven't been sleeping poorly, but it's just that I did something really big and substantial yesterday that put my mind at ease, which is I took all of the documents related to the request for my visa to Japan, put them in an envelope, and mailed them away to the consulate here in Los Angeles, which seemed like a small thing, but it's kind of like cracking the bottle on the ship before the big ship that you built sets off into the water. You know, it's on its own after that, gravity pulling it down. And so same with these documents. I had worked so hard, it's taken months, from the COE letter in conjunction with my wife in Japan, that certificate of eligibility, to assembling all the documents, making sure the addresses were right on all the documents to prove my residency. Just so many various and sundry things that have to be done to provide the proper documents to the Japanese government. And I think I got them all done, and I concluded it yesterday in the morning with a call to the Japanese consulate in Los Angeles to go over what I'd had and to ask 3 pointed questions, which they answered, and was told that it seemed to have everything in order. And if that is true, then probably within 2 weeks, probably by the middle of November, I should get my self-addressed stamped envelope back from the consulate with my passport and my entry permit, which will lead to a resident card when I get in Japan. And with all that done, just this lifted, it was a weight that I wasn't even really aware was pressing on me. It's like the weight of work, right? I mean, that constant weight of pressure that you don't really realize just how heavy it is until it's gone. I mean, you feel it, the stress of work, the strain, the pressure, but you just don't. Maybe it's because you can't escape it, so you don't give it any thought. But that began to lift several months ago for me. And now 25 days out from my last day of work, it's largely gone. I don't stress about work at all anymore. The only thing I stress about at work anymore is that, I feel like I'm just like a token show-up guy at the meetings now. And I don't like feeling like I'm just there. So I stress a little bit to try to find ways, shuffle my papers around and take some notes and share them out afterwards, although it's largely irrelevant. Everything I do now is irrelevant at work. The team have got it. They don't need me anymore. Just like the papers that I've assembled for the visa don't need me anymore. They're off to do their thing. I'll see what the result is. In 25 days from now, I'll sign off for my career, hopefully with visa in hand, hopefully with an airline ticket, and ready to go with my little Rudy in the 3rd week of December. So, I slept pretty good. The day was good. No particular challenges that I can relate or think of to relate. Although there was that great opportunity to stay calm in the face of all of that. And I did. Because yesterday was a challenging day. I took a couple of hours off of work to facilitate the drive to Temecula. I just didn't want to drop it off at the post office here, which would add an extra step to a route. So I wanted to go to the main post office in the nearest big city, Temecula, to drop it off. So fewer steps between the documents handed off to the post office and the arrival at the consulate. Of course, it's being tracked. Okay, now that's all for yesterday. As for the creed, my 8 objectives are very simple, although it took me a long time to formulate them. I want to be ready for death at all times. I want to make good use of my time. I want to develop and work hard to maintain my good life creed. I want to cultivate good emotional reactions and perform good actions, like I said before. I want to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, so that I'm not striving after things which are beyond me. I want to do just one thing at a time, at all times, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And even when I multitask, I want to do that slowly, deliberately, and carefully. And I want to keep my balance, both in my mind and my body. As for today, I've got a meeting starting in a little bit. My work starts in about half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. So it's just enough time to finish this, get back to my tiny house, upload this, and change into my work shirt. Be prepared for my meeting with my little notepad there, ready to scribble away whatever nonsense. They don't need me. And then get through the day. Also communicate with the pet shipper. We're working on that. And I might submit my car information to the car buying service to see what it's worth. That's it. Am I ready for death? Are my affairs in order? Yes. Are my relationships good and sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yes. I'm ready. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care.